Have you ever been asked to sacrifice something precious to you? Would you do it without question? Imagine confronting such a monumental decision. This is the quandary that defines the story of Abraham and Isaac. Abraham, a pillar of faith, and Isaac, his cherished son, are figures who hold immense significance in religious history. Their tale is a complex tapestry of faith, obedience, and divine intervention. In the story of Abraham and Isaac, we find a tale of faith, obedience, and divine intervention. Imagine a man named Abraham, a man of great faith, who received a divine command. This was no ordinary command, but a call from the heavens above that would test the very core of his faith. Abraham, the patriarch, was commanded by God to do the unthinkable, to sacrifice his beloved son Isaac as a testament of his devotion. A shiver ran down Abraham's spine as the command echoed in his ears. The very idea of such an act was unimaginable, yet he was a man of unwavering faith. The divine command was clear, and he knew it was his duty to obey. The weight of this task was immense, and the thought of losing his son was heart-wrenching, yet he was resolute. Abraham took to the task with a heavy heart, preparing for the hard journey ahead. He gathered the necessary tools for the sacrifice, a sharp knife, wood for the fire, and the will to carry out the command. All the while, Isaac, innocent and oblivious, watched his father's preparations with curiosity, not knowing the purpose behind them. Abraham's faith was his guiding light, leading him through the dark cloud of uncertainty. He trusted in God's wisdom, believing that there was a purpose beyond his comprehension. Every step he took was a step of faith, a testament to his unwavering devotion to the divine. So, with a heavy heart, Abraham set out to fulfill the divine command, with his beloved son Isaac unknowing of what was to come. The journey to the mountain, Moriah, was neither easy nor short, filled with silent contemplation and unspoken dread. Abraham and his son Isaac set out on a path that was both physical and spiritual. This was a journey of faith, a testament to obedience, and a voyage into the unknown. The silence of the journey was intermittently broken by the sound of Isaac's innocent voice, echoing through the barren wilderness. Isaac, unaware of the divine command, questioned his father. "Behold the fire and the wood, but where is the lamb for the burnt offering?" It was a simple inquiry, yet it carried the weight of the world. Abraham, with a heavy heart, responded, not with a lie, but with a prophetic truth that revealed his unwavering faith. Abraham's response to Isaac was simple yet profound. "God will provide, my son." A statement that resonates with faith, hope, and an unyielding belief in divine providence. Finally, they reached the destined place. The air was thick with tension as Abraham prepared the altar. There was an uncanny quietness that hung heavily in the atmosphere. The solemnity of the moment was only broken by the rustle of dry leaves under Abraham's feet as he gathered wood for the altar. His hands, weathered by years of toil and devotion, worked with a steadiness that belied the storm of emotions within him. He had journeyed far, led by an unwavering faith in his divine command, but now, as he bound his beloved son Isaac upon the altar, the enormity of his task weighed heavy on his heart. Isaac, innocent and trusting, lay bound and still on the rough-hewn altar. His eyes, wide with a mixture of fear and faith, were fixed on his father. Abraham, his heart aching with love and sorrow, raised the knife. It glinted ominously in the harsh desert sunlight, a stark symbol of his unwavering obedience. In this moment, time seemed to stand still. The world held its breath as Abraham's arm tensed, ready to obey the divine command that would rob him of his son. It was a moment that would test the limits of his faith and obedience to a degree that few could ever comprehend. But then, just as Abraham was about to make the ultimate sacrifice, a voice echoed through the silence. An angel of the Lord in all its celestial majesty called out to him, "Abraham, Abraham," the voice rang clear, halting his hand mid-air. The knife fell from his grasp, clattering onto the stone altar, as his heart pounded with relief and awe. Looking up, Abraham saw a ram, its horns entangled in a nearby thicket. It was a divine provision, a substitute for Isaac, a testament to the Lord's mercy and Abraham's unwavering faith. With a heart full of gratitude, Abraham unbound his son and offered the ram as a sacrifice instead. In the nick of time, an angel of the Lord called out to Abraham, and a ram caught in a thicket was offered instead. Isaac was spared, and Abraham's faith was affirmed. In the end, this story is not just about a divine command or a testing of faith. It's an intricate tapestry, woven with threads of obedience, faith, and trust in divine provision. It's a narrative that transcends time, culture, and even religious boundaries, resonating with us on the most profound human level. Let's take a moment to reflect on the story of Abraham and Isaac. Abraham, a man of profound faith, is commanded by the divine to sacrifice his son, Isaac. The command, bewildering as it may seem, does not deter Abraham. Instead, he embarks on a journey to Moriah, his faith unshaken, his obedience unwavering. This is our first lesson: obedience. Abraham's obedience to the divine command, even when it seemed impossible and heart-wrenching, serves as a powerful testament to his faith. In our lives, we may not be asked to make such drastic sacrifices, but we are indeed called to obey, to align our will with the divine, even when the path ahead seems daunting. As they journey to Moriah, Isaac unknowingly carries the wood for his own sacrifice, a poignant symbol of trust. Abraham's faith is mirrored in Isaac's trust, both in his father and in a higher power. This brings us to our second lesson: faith. Faith is not merely about believing in the unseen, but also about trusting in divine provision, even in the face of adversity. Finally, at the moment of truth, a ram appears, provided by the divine as a substitute for Isaac. This divine provision underscores our third lesson: trust. Trust that when we obey and have faith, the divine will provide. The story reminds us that even in the midst of trials and tribulations, there is a divine plan at work, a plan that we may not always understand, but one that we can always trust. The story of Abraham and Isaac challenges us to reflect on our own faith and obedience. What are you willing to sacrifice? And do you trust in divine provision? This narrative invites us to delve deeper into our understanding of faith, obedience, and trust, urging us to contemplate our willingness to surrender and our trust in divine provision.